So you can see here how the battery is kind of puffed out here too. So that's not going to get better. That's a sign where that cavity here is it's swelling up, and that's a safety mechanism. When they start to fail, they produce a gas and it swells to keep the electrolyte and electrodes apart so it doesn't start a fire. So your battery is failing. While we're here talking, I'll send you the pictures, but this is your GPU, and as you can see, whoever worked on this the last time, this is not factory applied. This was done, somebody pulled this heatsink off and just made a real big mess in here, and chances are this thermal compound is conductive. And so you'll see in the pictures real up close under the microscope how this thermal compound is all in the electronics. So while it's not as conductive as like solder, it's definitely it can create electrical anomalies and causes problems with that. And then also with the battery can cause weird voltages too. So without trying to clean it off really good, and these are surface mount, like all these little tiny guys that look like little cars there, right? These are capacitors, and some of them are a little funky color too. So you know, it could just be the capacitors that are on this board, but sometimes when they start going bad, they start turning dark. But anyhow, they're just kind of floating on the motherboard with two pieces. So if there's any of that thermal compound that got underneath it, that's going to have to come out. Otherwise, that creates an electrical problem too. I didn't see any problems wrong at all with the LCD cable or the LCD. I'll send you those pictures, and you can see I looked real close. I took it all apart to see. So I think, first of all, the thermal compound problem, that needs to get cleaned off the board. And probably the best way to do that is actually just to pull the whole board and put it in a ultrasonic cleaner. It's a specialized cleaner for circuit boards that'll be able to cavitate that gunk out from underneath these surface mount components. You can take it with this battery. I would recommend considering replacing it soon, because it's just going to continue to swell and it's going to start doing weird stuff. So that could be part of it too. And I wasn't able to get the computer to actually do what you said it does. You sent me the picture, I guess, maybe. I wasn't able to get it to do that. So, but that doesn't mean that after you use it for a while and it gets hot and this GPU starts getting hot, and maybe that changes the conductivity and those capacitors start getting more charges in them. But you'll see. Look at the pictures. For sure, it could just be too, because if you put too much thermal compound, a little goes a long way. It's better to have less than more, because you put a bunch on it, starts acting like an insulator, and it can cause the components to overheat. So I hope that explained what I've done so far on your computer. I'm going to work up an estimate to pull the board out and get it real cleaned off. If you're short on funds, you could probably hang out on this battery for a little while. Alternatively, you could actually take the battery out. I mean, that's what I would do. I would take this battery out and I would just use it plugged in for the meantime until you can replace the battery. And replacing the battery is really not that hard. This computer, the back comes off pretty easy. Since I got that screw out that was stripped out. It's a 5-sided screw. It's not a 6-sided. It looks like they just like really used the wrong tool to put this together. So I'm not trying to criticize the other shop's work per se. I'm just pointing out problems that I see that I would not have done it that way. So anyway, sorry it's not as simple as like an LCD cable.